Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
There we go. And a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Monday, August 4th. I think I'm a little laggy here. Let me know what's going on in the chat. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. Get ready for a sports betting Monday here with Major League Baseball. That's pretty much what we're looking at. If you got something else you'd like to discuss, let me know as we get ready for the show here on a Monday and recap the action from the weekend. A fun weekend. We got it all in there on a Sunday, and we'll have a pretty good week here with the NFL preseason starting up here on Thursday. This feels like we're really getting going here right now on August 4th, right? As we get ready for football for sure. This week it feels like we're really there now, and well, like some real games, but we'll take what we can get. Good morning and welcome to the show. Just checking to make sure I'm on the air here. All right. Thanks everybody for their comments in the chat. I'll say hello and then we'll review some of the action here from the weekend. I want to say hello to Jimmy. He was first off, getting us started, getting us open here today. He's ready for a Monday miracle with Cookie Monster in there, and he's got the Braves run line, Yankees run line, and Rays on the money line to get things started. Cash Kane is here today as well. Probably should have restarted this computer is what I'm thinking. Jimmy Andrew K is here today. He wants me to sing that Bon Jovi, but I don't know if I can go there. Robert McCormick, hello, good morning to there. And how about Clara Towson yesterday? Man, hey, I had to lay off the late tennis action there on Sunday. It just wasn't clicking here for me on the hard courts, but I want to come back at it here maybe today and try to regain my composure with some of the matches. We got some nice matches today, including Michelson and Kachanov, Zverev and Poppy today on the men's side, Kostyuk and Rybakina, Mboko and Monero, JBM going in on the women's side. Who thought we'd end up here right now? We'll see what happens in New York, but boy, some interesting results from the tennis this weekend. Stop Geo here as well. He wants the Dodgers on the run line today. Hey, it's Monday, we can go with some favorites if we want. And here's Andrew says Phillies are now in, well, yeah, it kind of feels like they're back and forth. The Red Sox there, and the National League East there with the I think what are the standings? I make sure of that. I think the Phillies, they're in by half a game there right now. So thanks for the update. And the Toronto, Boston, and Yankees, fun times in the American League East. All right, let's take a look at some of the headlines from the weekend, and we'll see what you guys were on. How'd you do there with some of the action? Let's start with some of the peripheral sports, if you will. We were on the air yesterday, and the Hungarian Grand Prix was just wrapping up with Lando Norris outrunning Piastri. Piastri had cut the lead on the final seconds there as we were just wrapping up the show, but Norris won the race, just one pit stop, and man, heads were rolling at the end of that one with Max in 9th, Lewis Hamilton in 12th. Hamilton says he feels useless in his car, and Max was fuming all race long when I was watching the replay because his car wouldn't handle. So Norris wins. And then how about yesterday? We had Jeff on the air with us yesterday, giving us that winner with William Byron. But what a finish as he coaxed his car over the final 144 laps, basically running on fumes at the finish to outrun Briscoe and Kozlowski through lap traffic there. And Byron remember, he ran out of fuel in Michigan and Indianapolis, but was able to get home with the Iowa 350, and Jeff brought us home a winner. We might have a new segment here on the show on Sunday. But yeah, so Jeff bringing us that winner with William Byron yesterday. Thank you to Jeff. What was I doing? Oh, let me just throw out a guy out there, all random and stuff. When we had Jeff here giving us the winner yesterday of the NASCAR Iowa 350. Thank you to Jeff yesterday for the appearance and the winner there. That was impressive by Byron and Jeff. Golf, we saw Cam Young. He really rocked the field there yesterday at the Wyndham Championships to blister the course there, 22 under, and gets the win there in the golf here this weekend. All right, get ready to go here on some of the other action as well with our Major League Baseball, and ready to go here today with our abbreviated card. Still a pretty good card here, 13 games, I believe, today on a Monday. So let's get to some of the recap from yesterday, see how we did. I want to say hello and thank you again in the chat. Early on here, we do have some top chatters: Andrew K, Cash Kane, Bobby Max, Top Geo, Flea Mathis, and let's see who else. There's Flea. All right. Let's see here. Got a few more names to say hello to. Avoid contact with every dribble 2 times in the rake. Thank you. Who's the 4 teams not playing, right? That might be a trivia question here. I think I could figure it out. But Flea Mathis, thank you. And Bobby Max says, you just got to, maybe it's time to move on. Who else are you going to have, right? I know. Look, you got Lewis Hamilton in the car. No one's going to make it run any faster, I guess, is a point there that we're making, right? Bobby Mack, there's, let's see here, AOD in the chat. And Andrew K said, Jeff had a good day there yesterday. All right. Let's take a look at the scores and highlights from the action on Sunday. I did have some winners here yesterday for sure, and a pretty fun day of Major League Baseball coverage there. Here we go. We didn't even have the banner yet, did we? There we go. All right. Yeah, we started off with the early game yesterday with Houston and Boston. We had the winner on the under yesterday as our opening act in the Roku game of the day. As we said, go under with Houston and Boston here on the show, as Boston had that 6-run 4th inning there, but it still did stay under yesterday. So they got all those runs pretty much in 1 inning yesterday and got it done, as Boston ends up there with the win 6-1. Also, probably should review the Speedway Classic. All jokes aside, we've already got all the jokes out of the way with the kind of the disaster for the fans with their bunless hot dogs and cheeseless nachos. Last time I looked, cheeseless nachos were called tortilla chips. But I don't know what bunless hot dogs are called. Wieners, I guess. But I do want to add, though, that Eli White was the star of the game. And what a moment for Eli White. Not a heralded player, certainly not really a superstar name there or big name, but he had his moment for sure. He's the greatest player in the history of Major League Baseball in Tennessee with his a 3-run home run and a solo home run. Atlanta eventually won the Speedway Classic there. We got to see the home run car, and that was a nice little event. I'm glad they got it in. Poor job by Major League Baseball, I think, there in the end, but I think the fans may have enjoyed it in the end, with the setting at least. Also, it was the Dodgers winning by the run line. We had them yesterday with Yamamoto, and they get it done there in the 3-0 victory. LA still have lost 16 of their last 24 games. Yamamoto, 5 innings, no runs. Freddie Freeman, RBI single. Mookie Betts was 0 for 16 in the series, and his batting average is .233. We did have the Dodgers, though, for the win, and we also had the under on the Cover the Spread show. So make sure you're checking out Cover the Spread on YouTube. I'm joined by Al Ninos and Rod Zawacki for a preview every day of Major League Baseball action on the YouTube. So check that out. I did have the under in that game. Also, reports were that Dustin May, who was in a trade deadline deal to Boston, actually rejected a request to go to the bullpen, and that's what kind of resulted maybe in him being dealt to Boston. All right, we had a winner here with my sports money premiums. Well, you know what? Maybe we could scratch it, but the situation. Oh no, we did. It was a pitching change before we got off the air there, right? And I had the over with Henderson and Lord. Yeah, we made the wrong move there, switching to Washington, but I did have an over on the game after the pitching change was mentioned, sent out the over for the win there on the sports money premiums, as Milwaukee clubbed Washington 14-3. So, yeah, we made the wrong move one way, but we did have the total. We also had a winner here on the show yesterday with Kansas City. There with the Kansas City ended with 5 runs actually there in the 10th inning, and that's what happens in these games, right? I mean, it was 2-2 and ended up 7-4. So Kansas City got the win. Hey, we needed it because we had the over as a premium pick. So well, that one worked out as Kansas City dumped Toronto 7-4 with Lugo. We had Kansas City as a dog there yesterday, and the pick on the over. All right, we did have a winner also here in the morning steam with the Miami Marlins. There were the big talk of the league there, it felt like yesterday, with the sweep of the Yankees. The Marlins are the only team in Major League history to have a winning record over the New York Yankees, which is funny because with that was the first sweep, they said, for the Marlins in New York. I don't know how long it was, all time, 25, I don't know how many years, but Miami got the win there over the Yankees yesterday because of my man Kyle Stowers' home run number 25, was it? 26? I don't know. Yeah, it was the first Marlins sweep of the Yankees, I believe, in New York. But Miami kind of dominates the Yankees at home. So imagine having a winning record against the New York Yankees. Only one team does, the Marlins. All right, and also we had a winner here on the show yesterday with the Cubs and Colin Ray in that win over Baltimore 5-3 as they get it done there late with Justin Turner's walk-off home run, and that got the run line. How about that? We also had a winner, a premium style, a high roller premium over at Tony's Picks with the over in the game between Pittsburgh and Colorado. We took another over, and yeah, it worked out. Spencer Horwitz, again, 2-run home run, 3-run home run, pretty good day. And the Pirates beat the Rockies. Bucks have won 9 of their last 12. Still playing pretty well here right now. Some of these lesser teams are having a good little run here after the All-Star break. Arizona beat the Athletics. We had the premium winner there with Arizona there as the A's lose again at home. Also, we had a premium pick winner with the White Sox game and Angels to go over yesterday with that matchup with Burke and Kokonowitz We had the over in that one as the Angels won it 8-5 as they came back from a 5-0 deficit with Taylor Ward, that 3-run home run in the ninth inning to walk it off and give them the big comeback there for the Angels. Win 8-5. Zach Neto home run and a 2-run double. We had the Padres and Cardinals game to go over yesterday. The Padres did it 7-3 with Dylan Cease looking very, very sharp. 5 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 9K. They didn't trade Dylan Cease for a reason. He threw 90 pitches, got the Padres home. Cronenworth, 2-run home run. Jackson Merrill, a 3-run triple as the Padres combined for 16 strikeouts over the Cardinals and held them to just 1 hit over 7 innings to remain 3 games behind the Dodgers. Also, we had a premium pick winner, high roller style, over at Tony's Picks with Seattle in the win over Texas 5-4 there yesterday. Julio Rodriguez, 2-run home run for the Mariners, was the key blow in that one. All right, recap here quickly. Also, WNBA action for Sunday, as we did have the winner here on the show with the Connecticut Sun. We took them plus the points against the New York Liberty there yesterday in the 87-78 loss, I guess. New York gets the win. The money goes to Connecticut there yesterday, and we had them plus those double-digit points in a 9-point loss. We also had here on the show Atlanta over Washington, and we said lay those points with Atlanta. Washington led early throughout most of the first half, but Atlanta came back in the second half to win their 3rd straight and took care of business there and improved to 18-11 with the win over Washington. Also, we did have that winner here on the morning steam with Phoenix yesterday, laying the points on the road against Chicago, a 16-point win. We said go ahead and lay the dozen points or whatever it was in the end after Angel Reese was out. We also had that very popular pick, Chicago team total under. I think that came home with that 67 points there yesterday. So a couple winners there. And we also had a winner on the WNBA show. That's where I gave out that team total there, but also another winner on the WNBA show that I'm on. Make sure you check that out every day, except today where there's no games of the WNBA. We'll be back tomorrow with a 5-pack, but still check out the show with myself, Justin McKelvey, Ron Crawford every day. That there's games in the W, and I had the under in the first half with Golden State and Las Vegas yesterday. I think that's a good rundown of my winners from yesterday. Oh, hey, do we have some steam to get us going here? That's what we need to get us going here. A transition to the baseball picks, but it's a steam play here on San Francisco and Pittsburgh game to go under. We're seeing that one dip down here. It was 8.5, but now we're seeing it go here more towards 8. Seeing 8 flat at a lot of places here right now. There's still some 8 overs. There's a little bit of 8.5 under, but it looks like this one's going to 8 with Verlander and Oviedo. Okay, I guess it might be going under there with those two teams, and that's the first steam play here while we're on the air with some overnight steam as well. Maybe we could pass that along as we get ready to start the show. All right, let me back it up here and catch up on how my how's toothpaste space doing here. All right. Let's see here, trying to catch up. Oh, Nasty Nate's here. Red Sox did get the smasheroo there yesterday. Don't want to leave it off there. As, like I said, they were able to dump Houston. I only mentioned the total there. Sorry about that, Nasty Nate. Got to pass that along there. Doe is ready to go in the NFL. Justin is here. Oh, he was there. He heard it. His ears were burning. As I mentioned, Justin yesterday, I didn't get to see my daily Justin with no WNBA today, but we'll be hooking up today, and he watches the Cover the Spread show. Thank you, Justin. All right, Laker boy, he doesn't even like the lines today, and he says, "What do you think about the WNBA game tomorrow with the crazy line there, right? With the Lynx and the Storm, uh, favored over this Lynx team that could do no wrong right now." And man, we were talking a little while there about four teams, and now we're talking about the Lynx and everybody else. And they acquired Dejanay Carrington over the weekend, my favorite player in the league, as she goes from Dallas to Minnesota in a trade over the weekend. Andrew Kay, we're going to be seeing him call him the Boston Sun there. He says it's official now. And Terrell says the Angels were at plus 850 when they were down there. Patrick the Groovy Aliens here today. Like this video, subscribe to our channel here at YouTube and the Sports Money Network. Also, check it out. Thank you. With a 2-3 zone. Thank you. And let's see here. I booped your nose, Kodak, who I might be related to. Avoid contact with every dribble. Here says Miami doing a good job closing it up. And I think Patrick the Groovy Alien is ready to go here with more tennis action here, man, where it's going to be a good time in New York. I really felt like some of the matches yesterday, the good matches that we're having, especially that last match, who will be the first guy to break serve in the match between Lechka and Fritz in the Fritz's 7-6, 6-7, 7-6 win. But it did feel like a little bit of the atmosphere also in the Shelton Cobley match there last night, and a little bit in the Iga match as well. It felt like the crowd was really into it, of course, in Canada. And it did have that night feel. It had that U.S. Open feel also. Nothing against our Canadian friends. I'm just saying the atmosphere was getting a little bit exciting. And I think we're going to have some exciting late nights in New York. Andrew K. says the Red Sox are red hot here. Sports money's ready to go this week. We are scheduled to have today maybe VB MMA picks. We may have to push. We may go to Tuesday here this week. We'll see. We'll get that to you. But we are scheduled to go live. Please check here or set your notifications. I think we might be having a bit of maybe a 1 day delay. We're going to check it out, see if we can't get the right time here for today. But we're getting ready for some UFC action here this week as well from Las Vegas. So we'll get the program here running momentarily or this week with VB MMA picks, and also, of course, First Strike, as we have action here this week from the Apex with Delize and Hernandez on Saturday. And Glenn says, the reason why Seattle's favored is because you got the MVP injured with that turned ankle. I would imagine her status is definitely in question here for the game on Tuesday. All right, a little more steam coming in here right now. We're going to get to these previews, but we only got the 13 games. So Arizona, though, is getting steam tonight against JP Sears. I mean, we know Arizona is not performing well against left-handed pitching here right now, but, Arizona's taking the steam today against my Padres. So, okay, maybe they're kind of ignoring that fact a little bit that Arizona's really – I mean, how many games has it been since they've beaten a left-handed starting pitcher right now? Feels like, I don't know, is it 6, 7, 8, 9? I better look. But Padres are down to $1.20 or so here after being about $1.40 right now. So you get Arizona if you want, but you better get them now because they're getting steamed against my Padres today. I wasn't sure about that one. I didn't see that one coming. But, the Sharps, they don't always watch the stats. They just play the numbers. All right. NYC VAR is here today. I want to say hello to Glenn R. Nice to see him again as always. And he says, who's the best bet tonight? We're going to hopefully get him here in just a moment. NFL's back, says Glenn. Brock is back. Lesnar returns. Cody Rhodes wins the undisputed WWE Championship there last night. Some exciting action. Kind of snuck up on me. Now, here's what happened. When I went to watch look, I'm a wrestling fan. We don't recap it too much. I just reacting to Glenn there. I didn't have the SummerSlam in the roundup, but went to watch the SummerSlam. And because of, when football, that's when my Peacock subscription was expired. And I went to watch, and I was expired on the thing, but we got the Peacock squared away. You got to have Peacock. They've got NBA now. They've got NFL. They've got the wrestling. So exciting action there. Last night at the SummerSlam on the John Cena retirement tour, I thought the post match was as fun as the matches themselves, but he put his undisputed title up there against Rhodes, and marathon street fight match there yesterday. So Rhodes wins the title back from Cena. He was a favorite there in that one. Make no mistake. I don't know if you guys follow the odds over there, like Bet Online, where you can, throw down $50 on the wrestling. Believe it or not, there. Some people may have higher limits than I do on that. But anyways, Naomi got her title back, and Becky Lynch retained her title as well. Sikoa over Fatu. Anybody wrestling fans like I am? All right, and Patrick liked the Fritz match there last night. Apologize for my delay. If anybody is having any problem with my picture here, or if I'm not coming through, let me know and I'll restart here. All right. Thank you for the additional comments. We'll get ready to go here. I think we're done and going to pile on over here to the baseball action and get started with our card today. It's all at night here, starting at 6:40 Eastern and 3:40 Pacific. We get it rolling here with the Giants on the road, taking on Pittsburgh. I'll just update the line right now since we had that steam come in here. I'll call it $1.25 right now for the Giants on the road. Now, maybe because you got Oviedo in here, we don't see him too much here right now, but he is getting the start for the Pirates. But can't be too much between the difference of these two teams at Pittsburgh at home right now. We know San Francisco's still 500, but they have that weak offense here. Maybe that's why the steam came in on the under. I don't know, but basically the Giants are favored on the road. Now we know Pirates are not great here, and they're 16 games under 500 right now. But we know Verlander has struggled big time this season to pick up any wins. I mean, maybe we're just starting to see him get something together, but in 18 starts this season, Verlander has 1 win. So, and 8 losses. So they are 5-13 with Verlander on the mound, but 4.53 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP. So, and we get Oviedo back here in the major leagues for the Pirates. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure that's the whole deal. It feels like, but he is activated here. It's not like, he's an inexperienced pitcher. It's just that he had been out with that elbow. So he's getting activated here, and that's good news for the Pirates. He makes his first start since September, and I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Look, Johan Oviedo, he's not anywhere near Justin Verlander. We know that, but it's good for him to come back. I mean, this guy, he's a big guy out there. We know that. And I think it's good that he's out there. I mean, look, he was cranking there for a while, making starts left and right. So, I don't know. I think, Yes, he had a big injury, but man, he can fire it. So let's see what you got, and let's see what this steam play is here real quick while we get rolling on this game. But right now, Baltimore and Philadelphia, seeing some steam here on this one. Steam to the over with Baltimore and Philly, Povich and Luzardo. It was uh, it was 8.5 over. It might have been 9 under, but right now, Baltimore and Philly, it's 9 over here in some spots. We're seeing this one go to 9 over 15, maybe even 9 over 20 here by the time this one's moving. Baltimore and Philly seeing steam right now coming in on the over. All right, we'll see what you guys, though, have on the game here between the Giants and Pittsburgh today. Well, I don't know about this one. I mean, I figure Verlander will probably get hit a little bit. Pirates got their own set of issues. I get that, but let's see what you guys have. I'll go to the chat here in this one and see if the Giants can get anything clicking. We know that how much that they've certainly struggled, right? I think that's safe to say. The Pirates are pretty bad, but all right, I'll just go to the chat here and I'll make my pick. But let me see what the chat all stars have here. Hello, stars. All right, let's see here. Justin might be firing away on some bet online, right? I mean, it's only scripted. It's not real, Justin, but you know what? No one really knows. I mean, hey, if anybody can keep a secret, it's the folks at the WWE. If you know who's going to win, please contact me. I do a little WWE handicapping, so I don't know, how you guys look at it. I mean, it seemed like John Cena was, going to be in for a battle against Cody Rhodes there. Certainly, if you watch it the way I do, but with Cena on his retirement tour, looked pretty good there. Justin's got the Giants here. Trevor Davis is on the over. Also, I boop your nose. Kodak says, I'll participate in the Giants plus the over combo there. Justin says, I've got the Orioles over. He posted that on his X account. Oh, hello, Teresa. So nice to see you. How have you been? And joining us in the chat. All right, I got to make my call here in this one with San Francisco and Pittsburgh. Man, I don't trust these Giants at all. So let's see here. I'll finalize it, but man, I feel like the dog is in play. I'm an Oviedo guy, but I kind of want to see some action from him too. NYC Bar likes the Giants. Cash Kane likes the Giants. I better look at the market action because I knew everyone would kind of be on the Giants, but I don't know if I am. Kind of want to take Pittsburgh as a premium, but with that late steam coming in, or that steam coming in on the under, I might need to reassess because I was looking over, but I'm going to respect that steam right now. Doesn't mean I'm not going to still go over. Give me Pittsburgh, and this one is an underdog for sure against the Giants today. Bobby Mack likes the under in this one. Like I said, I was feeling over, but I'm worried about that under now, and maybe got to check the lineups out. Here's JW, likes the Pirates to go over 3.5 runs. Fernando's on Detroit today. He's ready to go with the next game there. All right, let's move on to the next one here. And it's going to be Minnesota taking on the Tigers here. And let me clean this up here a little bit. This one was kind of late to market because I've got Adams pitching here for the Twins. Casey Mize for Detroit, and they're up to $1.70 here, maybe even $1.75 right now. About a 15-cent move, it feels like right here. And the total is 8.5 under. I think at minus 115. There we go with the graphic. I had to update I had to put Adams in there a little bit. I think we knew last night that Adams was going to be in. I don't think some books have even put this game out yet with the question mark in the pitching status here for Minnesota, but I am expecting Adams here to be the pitcher in this game for the Twins. I think their rotation right now for the week, they're one team that's had a little bit of maneuvering here right now with this, but I think you'll see Adams here, then probably Zebby Matthews, and then Woods Richardson again before we are able to get back to Ryan and Ober, of course. We saw Jose Urania also enter into the picture over the weekend. So, not perfect situation here for Minnesota right now, but they'll go with it. And Detroit kind of moving along here at $1.70 or higher right now. Seeing dollar, could even call $1.75 here at some spots. Okay, here we go for Casey Mize here. He's got currently ERA of 3.43, 1.32 whip, 266 batting average against, and a 311 BABIP coming into this one. Tigers here right now, 17 games over 500. Feels like they've been plateaued here a little bit for a week or so, but let's see how you have it here in this one with Minnesota and Detroit. Detroit's won 4 of their last 5 games at home, and they've also won 5 of their last 7. So things are going pretty smoothly, I'd say. Minnesota's dropped 4 of their last 5. They've also gone just 4-10 on the road in their last 14 games overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under, although Minnesota has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. And, of course, right now, Detroit's still in command. No problem. 7.5 game lead over Cleveland as we start the week. All right, go ahead and give me your plays maybe here in this one. I know what I'm liking here, and let's see what you got. I think I'm going to use my best play here on the show because I'm not sure about this price increase now and how to attack it. Take a little peek here and see what we have. All right, it's gonna. Oh, here's Teresa's got her plays. Okay, she's just saying Yankees, Atlanta, and Tampa are the public plays today. I think that's what she's saying. I don't think that's necessarily her plays. Fernando's on the Pirates, not the Giants. That's what he meant because he put it accidentally. He was typing in Tigers, but okay. Cash Kane on the money line here with the Tigers. And let's see here. NYC Bar is on the Tigers. Also, I boop your nose. Kodak says Cubs used to lose every Monday. Take Minnesota in a parlay. Robert says first 5 with the Tigers here in this one. Man, I really like the under as a premium today, but with the Tigers, kind of a run line favorite, if you know what I mean. I'm going to go with the under here. I feel like I'm using my premium. It's a premium. I got the under in this one with Minnesota and Detroit today. 9 legacies on the Giants run line. I look like I'm just stalling over here on my video. So like I said, no one said anything. So I guess it's working. Should have reset. Should have restarted the computer. Okay, let's continue on here, and I got my play in there on the under. Let's go next to the Astros and the Marlins here in this one with Jason Alexander going up against Sandy Alcantara. This Sandy Alcantara may be our Are they the Las Vegas Aces of the baseball pitchers? Is it time for Sandy to kick it in gear with Miami? All of a sudden, they're talking playoffs in Miami because of their hot streak here right now. They've still got a lot of work to do, but hey, the Marlins have reached 500. They're 7.5 games back. If you look at the current, wild card standings, I think you got to give the Miami Marlins a consideration at this point. Yeah, they're 6 games out of the wild card, but they might be in the group that still has a chance, where teams like Arizona are probably out of it now, but they're in there with the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Reds are pursuing the Padres as well. Mets also in the group that's already inside the playoff bubble. The widely reported steam did come in on the Miami Marlins here right now. That line on the screen, maybe a little bit stale. I think it's safe to say they're about $1.25 right now. Even some $1.30s out there. Miami's getting pretty popular here at the window today for sure. I don't know how much higher it can go, but it's certainly higher than the overnight line where some of the books even opened Houston as a favorite. But that was before. There's no doubt that Houston is in a funk at this point, or at least a funk for a team that is currently leading their division. They're down to 2.5 lead over Seattle and 4.5 over Texas, doing a good job as well. Now, Houston has lost 8 of their last 10 games coming in. Miami's on a roll with a winning streak here. They've won 5 of their last 6 at home as well. Houston has won 5 straight games against the Miami Marlins. It's long been, or not long been, it's a Houston-dominated series short-term last couple of years. The Astros got but the Marlins have won 17 of their last 25 at home against the Astros. Miami's gone under in 8 of their last 12. Houston's gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road, but 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. How do you have it today here with the Astros and the Marlins? I'll go to the chat and get your input here in this one, but man, I haven't looked at the chat yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be Marlins Central. Let me go to the chat before I make my call here in this one. Maybe it's the under for Cash Cane. Good morning to Jermaine in the chat. Blue has made it here as well. All right, Jermaine says, I like Miami, but I don't know, it was a $1.25 favorite. Blues on the Astros. All right, you guys, I was wrong. Wow, look at this. Blues on the Astros. Cash Cane says Rose. Jermaine says, what was the call in the Bucks game? I took the Bucks. How about my man Kyle Stowers? Justin, he likes over 1.5 bases. And I know Justin knows the story about me and the Stowers family go way back. Bobby Mack here says Marlins first 5, Miami 4, NYC bar. So there's some action there for Miami for sure. Yeah. All right, I'll make my call here in this one. And for me, I'm going over for here. Miami's on fire, man. You're going to throw Jason Alexander out there right now. Look, all jokes aside, 3 starts for Alexander, a 7.36 ERA. We know Sandy has big numbers, and yes, there's always a chance that he could get blowed up because he's gotten his share of blow-ups here this season, but probably in his best form here for sure, right? Also, he's knocked a whole run off of his ERA. It's taken 4 or 5 games to do it, but he is 6-9 with 6.36 ERA. You know, Miami's just 10-11 with Sandy on the mound, despite all those poor numbers. And it's not like Miami was knocking the ball around all season long. So, you know, he is durable enough to keep him in the game. And that's funny that, you know, he's almost 500. Sandy, 266 batting average against Alexander. Elevated numbers for sure. We know Houston has a solid pitching staff, but there is a little bit of weak spot in there right now. Lean to the under here for Jermaine. And I think that's it there in that one. I'll take the over. Okay, next up. It's going to be Baltimore and Philly. We already mentioned that steam that came in on the over. Let's see how high it's gone since we talked about it. Yeah, it's pretty much 9 over everywhere here right now. 9 over 15, 9 over 20 is definitely a move to the over with Baltimore and Philadelphia here right now, as we have Cade Povich, he's back. Cade Povich is back here for Orioles. That's okay news. I mean, we know Povich isn't spectacular, but good on him to make his little return here, going up against Luzardo. A couple left-handers here with Phillies favored at minus $1.95, maybe even $2 here right now. Big favorites. Baltimore's been doing a little bit of work here, it seems like, of late, but still going to be a big underdog here to Luzardo. For Povich, a 5.15 ERA, 1.5 whip, 287 batting average against that, 350 BABIP. For Luzardo, he's 9-5, 4.31 ERA, 1.37 whip, 348 batting average against. I don't know, we don't get the same Luzardo maybe as the Phillies were expecting here as they picked him up, right? But you're going to need him still if you're the Phils here at this point, especially like we said, given the standings right now. It's tense in the National League East with that thin lead of a half a game for the Phillies right now over the O's. What do you guys have in this one today with Baltimore and Philadelphia? Like I said, Baltimore, they've done a little work here. They've won 6 of their last 9, believe it or not. Phillies here, look, they're still doing the job. We saw some long ball yesterday. We saw the Phillies have those bats going, but for the Phillies here, let's see, so far 8 and let me make sure I get these numbers right. I don't want to be wrong. Just my computer's a little slow. I'm a little slow. For the Phillies here, they won 15 of their last 22 games at home coming in, but they've also beaten Baltimore in 4 of the last 5. These are usually close games in this series. It's not a rivalry, but, Baltimore and Philly, a little proximity battle. Let's see what you guys have in this one. I don't know if I have any great trends to knock it out of the park with here at this point. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams here in Philadelphia have gone under. Baltimore's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road, and also Philly's gone over in 6 of their last 9 at home. Let's go to the chat. I don't know. I need your help here on this one with Baltimore and Philly. I do like that. I do respect that steam. Probably going to have to go there and just put it as my free play. It feels like the price is getting away. I don't think I'll be able to go premium there. I wanted to. Okay, here we go. Phillies money line for Blue. How about Castellanos to have an RBI for Justin here today? Blue says take the over as well, and I might. Thank you, because Cash Kane says go over. Justin's on the over. We're all on the over here. I think I'm on the over with you guys in this one. And now that Povich is back, Phillies team total over. Come on, Jamaica. The guy just came off the disabled list. All right, let's try to pump him up a little bit. All right, here's an NYC bar on the Phillies. Phillies Mets money line parlay. Andrew says they're going neck and yeah, maybe this will be. I think Andrew's saying that he expects this to be a pennant race. I think they've been. Let's see. I Boop Your Nose says, how can we not top betting Kansas City yesterday? I think that's Orioles are hitting there, Blue says, right? Bobby Max on the Phillies first 5. I guess I got to take the over. Yeah, I'm committed to it. I hope. I want to say I'm giving. I like to put my best plays behind the paywall for you know what I mean. I'm not a ball hog here, but I'll just got to go over here in this one with this $2 line at this point. I imagine the Phillies. You're right. I mean, Povich might be in trouble here. Okay, Here we go. Next one up. We got, hey, look at this. Okay, you got Kansas City with Falter here. That's pretty cool, right? I think this is a good place for Falter at this time, at this moment, if you will. I mean, look, Kansas City, I don't think we're burying them just yet. 500 right now. They'd have to get it going for sure, and you're up against Boston here. The steam came in on the over. I might have to adjust this line. Yeah, I'm going to just have to call it 9.5. I think for sure here. Looking over all the books, and most of them are 9.5, maybe shaded to the under at minus 115. There's also some books that have 9 over. So let's take a look at this one with Kansas City and Boston. Let's make no mistake, it's Boston that we should be focused on here. Not betting wise, I'm just saying they're the team that is in serious contention, chasing down Toronto here, 3 games back currently. So for Falter, look, he's over here with the Royals now. He's got a 3.73 ERA, 7-5 record, 1.18 WHIP, 232 batting average against, and a 238 BABIP. So look, this is a good move for Kansas City. I just, the way Boston's going, look, they're not, caught up just yet. All right, let me get this steam play in here real quick, and then I'll adjust to the trends. But talked about the Padres in Arizona, and Arizona taking that steam. Now, I said Arizona has trouble right now with lefties. I think that's agreed, right? The under here is taking the steam between Arizona and the Padres. It was 9.5 tonight with the Padres in Arizona, but right now it's 9. It's pretty much 9, I think, wherever you look. Now, the sharp books like Circa, they're down to 9 flat. The other books, the retail books, are just tailing along, but they're down to 9 over 20 or over 15. So steam to the under here with Padres and Arizona just moments ago. All right, so look, Boston here. Look, they're a pretty big favorite here right now at $1.55, $1.60. I think I'd rather focus my attention on the total here, but let's see what you've got. Kansas City's won 4 of their last 5 games. Boston's on a winning streak too. This is a pretty good game. Boston's won 12 of their last 13 games at home. So, look, I could easily just recommend Boston here, I guess. Even at $1.55, it does seem pretty fair. It seems like a fair price. I mean, if I was going to go, you hate to go betting these favorites and then they go and get beat, but I probably prefer Boston here. Kansas City's lost 6 of the last 8 trips there into Boston. Kansas City's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games on the road, but 5 straight meetings between these 2 teams have gone under. But that's steam on the over. Let's see what you have. I might need to look at your guys' plays here before I confirm what I want to do. In this one with Kansas City and Boston, that steam coming into the over. Let's see what you have in the chat. It's going to be blue on the Sox on the run line. NYC Bar says Red Sox money line cash cane. Sox money line. NYC Bar is going to give us a lean to the under. And how about Gonzalez over 1.5 bases for J-Mac? Here's Andrew K. Red Sox again with my man, Roman Anthony. He's hitting 400 since that week start. And don't forget, what about Marcelo Mayer? He's got a little sprained wrist, and everybody about shit their pants this week with the Mayer. They want to cast him off already. Don't be doing that to my man Marcelo Mayer. All right, I'm frozen on my screen. Am I on the air still here? Hope so. Over on my other... Boy, I look bad. Okay, Bobby Mack's on the Red Sox first 5. Here's Trevor is on the under today. And look, I think Boot Your Nose says that's pretty hot, but could this be a breaking point here with a lefty coming in? Now, look, Boston is not going to fret with a lefty coming in here, but all right. Yeah, I'm dragging a little bit here on these on the video. Okay. Well, I guess I got to make my call here in this one today with Kansas City and Boston. That steam to the over, man. I guess I'm supposed to respect it here, but I'm going to go with the under in this one. I think it's created enough value for me with the steam to the over. I look, I know we're in Boston here and all, but give me the under in this one. All right. Let's go to another good one here with the Guardians taking on the Mets with Slade Ciccone going up against here. Look, what do you think about Ciccone, right? I mean, 5-4 record, 3.77 ERA, is 4-9 to the under in his 13 starts, 246. Batting average against coming in at 271 BABIP. Meanwhile, for Sean Manaea, the early returns are good. It's almost like, well, I don't know if you want to call it vintage Sean Manaea, but we know that when he's on, he can be extremely effective. The Mets would like that extremely effective version of Manaea. I know there have been times in the years gone by that we kind of look at him as a guy we could knock around a little bit, but the Mets are counting on him. And in 3 starts, he's got a 2.8 ERA, 0.86 whip, 177 batting average against. Again, early returns, but looked pretty good so far. Still, you have Cleveland here. They're involved in the pennant race of their own, trying to chase down Detroit, but the Mets are hot in their run as well. So go ahead and get ready in the chat here, but we'll look at a few figures from over the weekend. Cleveland's won 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. The Mets have dropped 5 of 6, and you're asking them to be a favorite. Now, the Mets have beaten Cleveland in 7 straight times at Citi Field. That is basically dating back 3 years, but been a little bit of a rough place. The Mets have won 5 of their last 7 games at home. They've been a little bit comfortable at home. Pretty big number, though, for Ciccone. I think it's actually gone down. Let me update the number here a little bit. Oh, God, it's up to $1.80. I'm sorry, it hasn't gone down. I know the action has been kind of heavy on Cleveland. I mean, this number seems high. I think we can all agree to that. Let's see what you got, though. The Guardians are no slouch, right? I mean, they're still – I know that we're just dealing with a 500 team here, but sometimes I know sometimes we think the Mets are too flaky and they're still a pretty good team, right? I think Blue's on the under here. Let me go to Cash Game. This might be more Guardians money line, Mets first 5. Let's see here. Mets, a bounce back game for NYC Bar. Soto did home run. He's overdue. Or is he due? Right? Cash Cane on the over here. Pete. Oh, wow. How about that? That's a great stat right there, Andrew. Pete going to set the Mets all-time home run record this season. Bobby Mack says take the Guardians. I'm taking the Guardians. I don't what are the Mets? Hey, it's always an adventure with the Mets. Blues on the under in this one for sure. All right. Mets on the run line, though. 9 Legacy likes the Mets to get it done there big time. Gotta respect that. But just to get, Cleveland's looking to, I know they're looking to get off this 500 record here, and I might be tough here down the stretch to catch Detroit, but all right, Mets plus 1.5 and a big parlay there. I think one of those big favorite parlays for I boop your nose. All right, next up, we got the Brewers taking on the Braves here with Quinn Priester on the mound going up against Eric Betty. Well, hey, Braves had to get somebody to pitch. Yeah, it could do worse, I guess, than Petty. And, hey, Quinn Priester, he's not exactly the Brewers' ace here, but, He's won every game pretty much for the last 3 months he's started. So you're going to go against him right now? I don't know. What is it, 9 in a row, 10, 11? Whatever it is, they win every single time with Priester. It's not even a question. How is he only $1.40 here? Maybe it's $1.45 at some spots. Total looks like it's I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it 8 over 20. That total's a little funky right there that I had on the screen. I think it was 9 under 30 though, but let's call it 8 over 20. I know that seems like a big move. It's not as big a move as you think, although the widely reported team obviously came in on the under here in this one. So Quinn Priester, the Brewers have won every single time here. Like I said, I want to say it's 11 straight games. You guys probably know in the chat. You can help me on this one. But Brewers, I keep gushing about this team for sure, and I'm on them to win the World Series. I don't know if they're the best team out there, but they're going to have a good pitcher out there in the regular season the whole time, even if they don't have the ace. Now, here's the thing. Jacob Mizrachi, everybody's all worried about his little injury here that he just had there, left tibia contusion. He's got a bruise on his leg. Now, here's the catch. Mizrachi, young pitcher, only been going a few years here, right, a year or two, and never pitched more than 90 innings, even dating back years in his career before the pros, before the major leagues. So, if he is this good, he's a guy who was pulled into the All-Star game after 6 major league games. You're going to want this guy for the playoffs. You don't know if he's ever going to pitch 100 innings yet. Down the line, he looks like he's got a rubber arm in a way. But you're not going to chance it here. You're going to want this guy for the postseason. So, you got a bruise on your leg, take a couple weeks off. Yes, the Brewers, need to keep going, need to keep winning. You're battling the Cubs, starting to put a little distance in between them and the Cubs. So you shelve him to here. It's not a big deal. I think it's remember, I think we even mentioned that this could happen with him. So no problem. Take a couple weeks off. We got plenty of starting pitching. We're the Brewers, so no problem there in that one. So let's see what you got here. Also, I better talk about Fetty a little bit. Fetty comes in 21 starts, a 3-11 record. Here he's on the Braves here now, 5.33 ERA. Look, Braves had to get somebody. Braves have, they made some moves. I was half kidding about, hey, who do these guys think they are, trying to acquire some players at the deadline? They're 16 games under 500. They're out of it. So let's see what you have though here with the Braves and the Braves. The used to be the Milwaukee Braves. Some of you didn't know that. All right. Milwaukee's won 6 of their last 7 games. They've won 9 of their last 10 on the road. Atlanta's lost 8 of their last 11. They've also lost 8 of their last 10 at home. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Milwaukee's gone over in 6 straight. Atlanta's gone over in 12 of their last 18 games, but Eric Fetty's pitching. And the steam came in on the under, but what are you going to do? I talk about the Milwaukee pitching. The bats haven't been too bad either, right? So profitable are these guys. Let's hear from you in the chat. I'll make my call. All right, Brewers for NYC Bar. Blue is on the Brewers. Fernando's on the Brewers. Brewers offense is relentless, right? I mean, I come in here talking about this starting pitching every day, and yeah, these guys can maybe hit a little bit as well. Terrell, Milwaukee team total over, Braves run line, Braves team total over 9. Legacy says, give the Braves a chance here. Fernando says, I'm thinking under, maybe first 5 under in this one. I know Milwaukee's going to be very popular today. Is the price any higher than this, actually? Well, here's Bobby Mack, first 5 on the Brewers. Irish King, first 5. Minus a run and a half, team total over. Boop your nose, busted Braves. Uh, Braves there yesterday. What was he saying though? That was the Braves. Was the Braves won? Braves won, right, with the Classic, with the Speedway game. Okay. Right now let's see, Milwaukee. Yeah, it's like I said. Yeah, it's still $1.40, maybe $1.40, but it's gone up. I mean, it is a little bit of a mismatch. It feels like today, right? Let me make my pick here. I think I'm going to go to the total here in this one as my pick. It's obvious what I like it. I don't think we're going to stop these guys too much here. It does have that under vibe though, but all those overs between these guys in Milwaukee just kind of, pounding right now, and the total's down to 8. Man, give me the over in this one. I'm gonna ignore the algorithm here. I'm gonna have to veto the computer. I'm going with the eye test in this one. Give me the over with Milwaukee and Atlanta. But remember, Quinn Priester, this guy hasn't lost in months. They win every game with this guy pitching. What is their record overall with Priester on the mound? Nine. Oh, it's 9 straight. 9 straight. Is that what it is? 9 straight wins for Priester starting. You guys never told. I know it's a big winning streak anyway. Let me go on here. The Reds taking on the Cubs in this one. You got Nick Lodolo going. I mean, this guy's probably one of the more unheralded pitchers going right now. I know some people are talking about Lodolo doing a great job here. He's 8-6, 3.09 ERA, 104 WHIP, 229 batting average against, and a reasonable 271 BABIP. Lodolo and the Reds, they're 7-13 when he's 7-13 to the under with Lodolo on the mound. Now, the Cubs have elected to have Soroka here. Look, he's been somewhat effective. He's going 4, going 5, giving up a few hits here and there, but I don't know if he's really the solution for this spot. Now, I know the Cubs are going to juggle the rotation here possibly shortly, but Soroka just 3-8 overall. His teams are 3-13. Now, he's on a much better team here, obviously, right now, but 4.87 ERA, 224 batting average against, and 275 BABIP. So, how am I doing? Am I hanging on here? Am I on the air? I'm frozen everywhere. All right. So you got the Cubs here, obviously favored with Soroka. Call it $1.40, I think, and the total. I think the total here has gone down considerably. I'll call it 7.5 under 20, but I'm even seeing some 7 overs here. So you know what that means. We're in Chicago. Let me hear the weather forecast today. The wind obviously blowing in. Let's see what that weather, that wind forecast is here for today. Wind blowing in 8 miles an hour straight from center field. Temperature here in the mid 70s, it looks like. All right, well, I guess we know how that might go. Let's hear from you folks in the chat. Let's take a look at these numbers with these two. Cubs have won 10 of their last 15 games at home. Cincinnati comes in. They've dropped 4 of 6. They've also lost 7 of the last 10 games to the Cubs overall. Reds have gone under in 9 of their last 11 games, including 4 of their last 5 games on the road. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two have gone under when playing in Cincinnati. I'm ready to hear from you. Let's go to the chat all-stars and see what you have here with my man Lodolo going up here against Soroka. All right, here come the comments. Okay, red NYC bar is on the Reds here. Blue is on the Cubs. Irish King says Cubs first 5, no problem. And Cash Cane, Reds and under here. Also, Robert, thanks, Blue. I know I know it works, and my computer's just having trouble, and the feed still goes through. Andrew says, the team has lost Soroka's not. Yeah, but he's on the Cubs here, right? It's not all about how bad you are if you were not on a team that maybe wasn't getting the best run support. We know the Cubs can they can hit you guys. I mean, let's not. I don't know. Do you still are they number one off in your offensive ratings? 9 legacy, Cincinnati money line, right? And look, we've seen Soroka, we've seen success. Look, remember, it was just a short time ago we were talking about Soroka as a guy who was going to be entrenched in that Atlanta rotation for years, right? And this guy, Justin on the Reds here. I think I boop your nose ready to go to the Reds here with Soroka losing those games, I guess. All right, I better make my call. Man, this one has gotten this one's gotten pretty low, man. I mean, we're probably going to see 7 over 20 here by the time this one goes. Give me the over in this one. I'm kind of going to veto. I'm going to veto the computer again. I'm going over. And we'll call it 7.5, but I think you're going to see 7 over here maybe in this one. And it's hard. It's hard to go with, when you see the trend, the trending of the under in Chicago, it's usually a pretty solid situation. But I'll take it to sneak over here. Reds first 5 here for Robert. And Cash King said he had the Red Sox in the first inning. Next up, we've got the Yankees here taking on Texas. How about this? And Texas took the steam. Got to update this line, I think. I think the Yankees are down to $1. I'll call it $1.40. There is some $1.45s out there, but there's also some $1.37s at the sharper books. The move is definitely on the Rangers here at these sharper books. Total 7.5 over 15. Definitely move to the over here on some widely reported steam with Fried and Corbin going. I think the theme usually with Corbin, Patrick Corbin Day is more like, Corbin still gives you some solid effort here all of a sudden, right? Maybe he's getting settled in there. Maybe that's the difference between pitching in a place like Arizona sometimes or some of the other. And then you're in Texas where things run a little low. Corbin did take that steam, and like I said, we're down to 7.5 over 15. That's about a full half a run of move to the under. Now Fried comes in 12-4, 2.62 ERA, 103 WHIP. We know how good Fried has been going. 211 batting average against. Corbin here, 6-7. He's got 3.78 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 255 batting average against, and 296 BABIP. Let's see how you have this one with the Yankees taking on Texas here today in what feels like a pretty big series. Yankees desperate for a win. Yankees have lost 5 of their last 6 on the road, but they have defeated Texas in 8 of the last 11 meetings overall. The Rangers have won 6 straight at home, although they have lost 5 of their last 7 coming into this one. Yankees have gone 1-5 in their last 6 games at Texas. Texas has gone over in 5 of their last 7 coming in. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here. like I said, Yankees pressure is on now. You're 4.5 games back. You're in third place. In fact, you look at even the wild card standings right now. Yankees only a half a game ahead of the Mariners and 2 games ahead of Texas here right now. So this is a big series for Texas too. Texas is 2 games out of the wild card, and we're heating up in August. Let's go to the chat.
Steam play.
See what you got in this one between the Yankees, a couple left-handers here, and Texas today. I mean, look at that run line for Texas here. If it's too heavy, I'll probably just take a money line. I feels like Texas at home right now. Look, the Yankees need to get Judge back. We know that. But it feels like the longer he's gone, the more dysfunctional things get. Well, Texas is a minus 140 on the run line. I'm sure they can get this money line though, but let's see what you got. I'm always conservative on the show. Winners look good. Here we go. Yankees money line for Cash Cane. Blue is on the under. NYC Bar likes the Rangers on the run line. Trail says Texas over 3.5 runs for their team total. Cash Cane says, don't doubt these Yankees. Dine Legacy Yankees. Money line, Yankees team total. Blues on the Nerfy. How about Cody here? Over in his bases for Justin. That's team that came in. It's on the next game. It's on Toronto and Colorado. I'll spit it out right now so that in case you're on the over with Lauer and Gordon, the steam is coming in on the over. The 11.5s are going to turn into 12s here right now with that steam. Toronto and Colorado headed over. But we're on the Yankees in Texas here. Rangers spot for sure for Patrick, he says. Money line and first 5. And Morton, we're talking Morton. I thought yesterday Morton, we make fun of him, right? But, man, the guy's a baseball player, isn't he? I mean, I thought, Detroit didn't get it done in the end, but he wasn't bad. I just thought he looked really adept, like when he covered that play over on first base yesterday. I mean, the guy he's an athlete. Come on. Don't be making fun of Morton here. Yankees first 5 for Bobby Mack, though. And, Jazz was feeling the pressure there, and he's able to get that home run. So good job for Jazz. Fried, not as strong here of late, right? I think that's what we're seeing, a little bit of a, positive mojo here for Rangers, even though you're going against one of the elite pitchers of the game. How about Seager here over in his bases? Fried could have a great outing, and the Yankees could leave him hanging here, right? After all, we are in Texas. Twisted's got a bunch of dogs today: Baltimore, Kansas City, Tampa, and Milwaukee. Well, Milwaukee's favored, but we know what you mean. You don't always think Milwaukee and Braves, but right now, Milwaukee. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I got you, Twisted. I got you. Peeling the dogs. Got to have a favorite in there. I got you. Yeah. Judges the Angel Reese. She had a cute outfit yesterday while she was. Okay. Let's see here. They were still bagging on Volpe, but look, until we can. I'll be the first to kind of defend Volpe. He starts cleaning up a little bit, but man, these guys and there's. Andrew just summed up all the frustrations of Yankee fans right now in one sentence. And they're entertaining. That's what they're. Okay, I'm going to grab that run line minus $1.40. I've got to have Texas here. I've got to have Texas. And you still got Max Fried starting. So I'll lay the 140, but I feel like feels like more positive with Texas right now, especially at home. And, man, that that total. Yankees are in third, don't forget. Okay, here we go. Toronto. Whoops, let me fix this one up here. Um, we just saw, in fact, I think we knew last night Gordon was going to be the pitcher here for the Rockies, but saw it just come across the line service here within the last 20 or 30 minutes. So let me update the line here. I didn't have it quite written out. Blue Jays about $2. I'll just put $2, although, and the total still, I'll call it 12 under 15 because the steam came in, but some of the books are still hanging on to 11.5 here right now. But we know it hasn't been just a total overfest in Colorado this year, although it seems like when, I don't know, it seems like when we've called for the over, we've hit it. But it's simply not always over anymore in Colorado. But it was in that 17-15 game or whatever it was, right? When we got all excited. Okay, let's take a look at these two, though. For Lauer comes in here with a 2.68 ERA. Here's a little secret, too. These type of left-handed pitchers, look, it's Colorado. Anything can happen, but these type of left-handed pitchers a little bit. Now, Lauer's, pretty good, 25% K rate. I'm not calling him a soft tosser or anything, but sometimes these pitchers who have kind of that depth control, I guess is the best way I could put it, they're like the most effective guys, right? Even, you've seen over the years, some of those old Colorado, you get some of these journeyman left-handers in there, and it's when they're pitching on Colorado, say. I'm trying to think of a good example. Those are the guys that kind of have effectiveness actually in Colorado. Now, Lauer's been good. We know that 6-2, not .94 WHIP, 197 batting average against, and a 241 BABIP. I'm just saying these are the guys that are effective in Colorado. Guys like Lauer. Now, Gordon comes in here 2-3 with a 4.85 ERA, just 5 starts, 1.53 WHIP, 302 batting average against. I'm on the Blue Jays. I'm on the Blue Jays here in this one. Look, Blue Jays looking to get some here. I've been with the Rockies a little bit when we've needed to be, but I don't know if I could do it today. I've got to think this is Blue Jay time. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. I'll give a few trends, stats here. Probably not much from you guys in a Rockies game, but Rockies first 5 money line for cash game. Blue is on the Blue Jays. Toronto's actually lost 6 of their last 8 games here right now. Maybe Boop wants to go under that Yankee game. NYC Bar Blue Jays on the run line. Colorado's won 4 of their last 5. They are playing probably as well as they have all season. Right now, but I'm not doing it. Toronto's gone over in 6 of their last 8. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5 on the road. Colorado's gone over in 5 of their last 6 overall. I don't think it's look, the steam came over, but well, I don't have this one 17-15. Let's just say that. Blue Jays -3.5 here for 9 legacy. It's easy to want to just figure the Blue Jays, and I'm doing it too, don't get me wrong. Blue Jays money line for Jimmy, that kind of works, and just be safe and sure. But look, the other thing about the Blue Jays currently, look, you'd want a little better bullpen for this team right now, and then a 4 ERA. Justin's got the over in this one. So does Bobby Mack. That steam came over. So you guys, Justin's already got it. I'm sure B-Mac's got it already. But it's time to get it now if you like. It feels like it's time to get it now if you haven't already on the over. All right, I think that's it for that one. I am taking Toronto today. I've been on Colorado a little bit, haven't I? All right, next up. Oh, okay. We got the Rays and the Angels here. The Rays cross-country trip here on a Monday to get this one going. With Hauser, man, what a story this guy's been here a little bit. Now he all of a sudden finds himself in the middle of a pennant race. And Kikuchi, he's my guy. I mean, people always have kind of give him a hard time, but hard to argue with his numbers right now. And right now, the Angels are actually favored over the Rays in this one. $1.25, 8.5 under, 15 or 20 here. For the Angels, Kikuchi, 4-7 record, but the Angels are 11-12 with Kikuchi on the mound, 3.3 ERA. When you got a situation where Kikuchi does a pretty good job, but he's 15-7 to the over, he certainly gets run support. I think what happens is he leaves the game, and then the Angels get it going. Kikuchi keeps you in the game, but he just doesn't run deep enough, and they don't score any runs early for him. And he doesn't have a great record, but 319 BABIP isn't great. They're still favored here, but the Rays are playing well. For the most part. Hauser's 6-2 this season with a 2.1 ERA. Remember, this guy came in kind of off the scrap heap and has been pretty darn good. His teams are 8-3 with him on the mound. He's found himself here in the rotation on the Rays. So should be pretty effective. But right now, Tampa, a little bit of a slump. They had to play the Dodgers over the weekend. I think the Dodgers shut them out twice, actually, this offense. Tampa Bay is just 1-6 in their last 7. They've also lost 10 of their last 11 games on the road. Angels have been somewhat effective here at home of late. Angels have also won or have gone over in 5 of their last 7 against Tampa and 10 of their last 14 at home against Tampa. Angels have gone over in 4 of their last 5 overall. Tampa's gone under in 7 of their last 10. Like I said, Hauser's pitching well. Kikuchi's pitching okay too. And the Rays had some struggles offensively there against the Dodgers. Now, that might be a part of it as well. But let's see what you guys have in the chat. Let's go to the chat all-stars here and see what you have. It's going to be blue on the Angels to get us started. Jimmy's on Tampa Bay, though. It's a little bit tough crossing country. Look at this stat. Kikuchi 8-0 is a favorite, says blue. And Cash King says, I'm on Kikuchi. Over 6.5 strikeouts. Rays for Fernando. Andrew says the White Sox will win. If the White Sox could win with Hauser, the Rays can win with Hauser. Rays on the run line for NYC Bar. Kikuchi shut those Rays down. You got to have concerns about this Rays offense here. Yes, they were playing the Dodgers, but they were also at home, and they really weren't scoring any runs. I think the Rays, I don't want to say it like this because they might be. I might consider them a humble team, but they might need a reality check. We think of them as always in contention. And look, they're 55-58 right now. Maybe they're not the Rays we usually expect. Here's what happens, right? The Rays, they always play super consistent. And then they're either get it going a little bit at the end and threaten, to make the playoffs, or they fade really fast and then it goes downhill. So they're 10 games out. And, the Angels are closer to first place in their division than the Rays are in theirs. So, all right. I'll take the Angels here in this game. But Hauser's neat. I think it could, let's see here. Nerfy for Andrew. Robert on the Angels. Cash Cane Angels first 5. All right, a couple more games to go. We've had a nice show here. It feels like, you know me, I'm my toughest critic. Most of the shows I won't say I don't like them. All right, my Padres are on the road here, taking on Arizona. And the Padres are cooking, aren't they, right now? Just 3 games back of the Dodgers. I know I'm a little embarrassed. I mean, before, but fair, right? Before all the trades. Oh man, here we go. Oh, right position here. Before all the trades, I was feeling down on my Padres and their chances, and I think that's fair, right? But then look, they made all the deals. No, they may have been starting to perk up a little bit before that, but hey, maybe they saw it coming too. AJ was going to be dealing, and he's built a whole new lineup here for the Padres. I mean, from 1 to 9, the Padres, they had weaknesses in the lineup. They kicked guys to the curb, like Jason Hayward, right? Some guys who had 45 to 90 at bats and couldn't do anything for the team. Now they've got a complete lineup. Guys like O'Hearn and Laureano on the team now, and the acquisitions that they made to make a little run here in the Dodgers. They're flubbing, they're inconsistent. They're inconsistent winners, but the Padres playing well. All right, they've got another JP Sears in here. Now, I'm not gonna JP Sears it up here, but you know what happened yesterday, you guys? My man Strandy Vasquez got released, which is probably a good sign in a way. But you know what? I thought maybe he could fill something out. You knew he was done, but he did a good job, right? What you get a guy like Vasquez for? He put all those guys on base. He got out of it. But you don't want that long term. So let's see how JP Sears fares. Now, here's the thing. Arizona is not beating lefties at all right now. I think they've lost 9 straight to left-handed starters here, if I'm not mistaken. They're 11-20 overall now against left-handers. They've made some deals here. Now you got the Padres favored here, $1.20. The total 9 over. It's 9 over. It's 9 over. There's no 9.5 unders, I don't think, out there. The Wiley reported steam did come in on the under, but it also came in. It also came in on the Diamondbacks, even though the line really hasn't moved that much. So, in fact, I see some. We got a $1.25. And there we go, $1.25. So. Steam definitely came in on the Diamondbacks. I'm not feeling it. I'm on the Padres. Come on. I'm on the Padres today. 4 thought here. Look, everybody likes to cook on this guy a little bit. He's got a 5 ERA, 1.3 whip. I mean, I'm tired of making excuses for him. Remember, I was like, hey, you know what? Just give Fott a chance. Arizona's going to throw him out there. He's going to be better. He really hasn't gotten much better. Interestingly, he's 10-7. He's 11-11. Arizona's 11-11 with Fott on the mound. Now Sears comes in with a 5 ERA, but remember he was pitching in that Oakland, in that West Sacramento stadium as well. Shows a 258 batting average against 281 BABIP. So now you're in a spacious park where left-handers are not awful to be a left-hander and pitch for San Diego. So I think it could be tough here actually for Arizona tonight. Padres have won 7 of their last 8 games coming in. Arizona's dropped 9 of their last 12. Arizona's gone under in 8 of their last 11. Currently, Padres have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games on the road. Now, 11 of the last 16 meetings between the two teams have gone over. But again, Arizona having some struggles here against left-handers. So let's see what you have here before I wrap it up here on the Morning Steam Show and then head on over to Sonic to get my Monday grape slushy. Go to the chat here. Oh, the comments are piling up. Maybe because they're probably like, shut up about the Padres already. Padres run line here for Cash Kane. NYC bars on the Padres. 9 Legacy says Angels money line back in that one against Tampa Bay. Thank you, 9 Legacy. Diamondbacks money line. That's what he meant there. I can read this. Diamondback money line. Blues on the Padres. Bobby Max on the Padres. AOD is here today. Thank you, AOD. Cash Kane says this is Padres, and I'm almost like wanting to go like, oh, the Padres they are a little bit of that still that team that they sometimes when they're a little bit overrated, but and thought, you know what, he can have one every now and then too. And Tariq B, hello. He says I'm on the under. Justin's got the Diamondbacks today. Jimmy says, okay, thanks, Jimmy. Great job today. Coin is here, everybody. Great to see Coin again. Man, Coin, how you been? Good to see you there. He says Arizona first 5 money line. And Bot's done a good job at home with that record, 8-3 at home. Abel on the Diamondbacks. But I remember Arizona's also sellers here a little bit. But now with Padres, really, Ricky Levine. Great to see Ricky Levine in the chat. Wow. Honored to have you here, Ricky. Good to see you. He's got Cleveland as his underdog of the day today in that game against the Mets. I like it. Thank you, Ricky. Nice to have you. All right. I'm on the Padres. Supposed to take them when I take them, you guys. Oh, thank you, Coin. Appreciate that. Still, thought's good, All right, one more, you guys, and the show's over, I guess, here with the Cardinals. Taking on the Dodgers. Wow, look at this. Sonny Gray here on the mound going up against Tyler Glass. Now, it's funny, right? It feels like when Sonny Gray gets into like a real pitcher's matchup, and he does pretty well. He maybe gets up for the task. And then, when he's up against the journeyman of the world, then he ends up looking like a journeyman. We know he can be effective. You're always worried about the wear. I don't know about the wear and tear. He's like a rubber arm guy, but you got to wonder, Sonny's been around for a while, and the Cards, yes, the Cards are still thinking postseason, but they are 12 back right now. And going up against Glass now, who has looked pretty effective so far. 9 starts, 3.38 ERA, 207 BABIP, just a 1-1 record. Dodgers are 5-4 with Glass now. Missed time, but for Gray here, 10-5 record. The Cardinals are 16-6 with Gray on the mound. Remember, Cardinals are a game under 500 this year, so they win with Sonny. Yesterday was full of rain. Sonny, a 4.38 ERA, 269 batting average against, but a 344 BABIP. I don't know if you want Sonny Gray in this spot, do you? Let's see what the chat says. I mean, it's kind of tough. You got the Dodgers here, clearly about $1.85 or so. The total is. It's gone down here on some widely reported steam. I'll call it, I'm going to call it 8 flat, but the total has gone lower. And I'm going to put in another nickel here on the Dodgers. I'll call it $1.85. I think it's going to be tough for this Cardinal lineup right now to score against Glass now, frankly. Read off some of the trends here, and then you guys get ready. Cardinals come in having lost 8 of their last 10 on the road. They're 1-4 in their last 5 overall. They've gone 1-8 their last 9 games here in Dodger Stadium. Dodgers have gone under in 9 of their last 10. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Dodgers have won 4 of 6, but they're back home. They were struggling at home, losing 7 of their last 9. Maybe they were in a funk at that time. Let's see what you have here tonight with the Cardinals taking on the Dodgers. Here we go. Oh, missed this one here. Abel said Diamondbacks in that Padre game and thought over in his K's. He likes Diamondbacks run line in that one. Padres are favored, so I think he's saying plus 1.5. And Nine Legacy says it's a Padres spot actually there. Blues on the Dodgers here in this one. Cash King says maybe this is a spot for the Cardinals here. Justin says Dodgers over. Nine Legacy, Dodgers run line. NYC, Dodgers run line. And Andrew says, look, Gray shut out the Dodgers back in June. And look, I mean, like I said, Sonny Gray can, get one more than semi-frequently. There were worse pitchers you could do out there, right, than Sonny Gray. But, yeah, so Gray, it was 8 innings back on June 6th, right? I'm sorry, 6 1/3 inning, gave up 8 hits, no walks there. That's always good for Sonny. And they got that win 5-0, did the Cardinals here. But Glass now is kind of in a good situation here, it feels like.
Steam play.
Well, let's get this steam play out before I make a pick on this last game, and then the show will be over. The New York Mets are getting steamed here right now with Manoah. Talking about Cleveland as a dog there. Well, wait just a little while here. The Mets are taking the steam right now, and they're up to $1.92 at Bovada here currently. Remember, I think we were saying $1.75, $1.80 at the time, and Mets are getting steamed here right now. All right, maybe Gray, maybe some good could be good pitching here today. Terrell says he'll lay the Dodgers minus 2.5. Abel says Dodgers money line. Smith to get a hit. Glass now 5 and over in his strikeouts there on a single game parlay. Tariq says he likes the under in this one. Ricky Levine says, just put that Dodger money line in a parlay. They'll bring you home. Bobby Mack says Dodgers first 5. Andrews under again. And Abel says, Ramon, take a look at these batters against Sonny Gray. Some of these Dodgers have some pretty good numbers against Sonny Gray. And I still, it may be maybe it will be the Cardinals that don't, I don't participate offensively. That's what it really feels like. Actually, I want to play these Dodgers, and I think I'm going to play them on the run line here. But I want to look at those numbers here with the cold batters against Glass now. Willie Contreras 0 for 6, Donovan 0 for 3. Oh, yeah, for sure. In fact, look at this. If you look at this lineup now, we're going to see what happens today with but remember, Arenado, he missed last game and was put, or 2 games ago, and he's on the 10-day disabled list. Brendan Donovan, he's questionable. He missed the last game with personal. Now, bummer days for my man Tommy Edman. He hits the they haven't put him on the injured list yet. I think Tommy Edman, I thought he got put on the injured list. My notes here say he's not. I'll have to check that out. He's not going to play tonight. My man Tommy Edman might need a couple weeks off to rest an ankle injury, but they could get Max Muncy back. He is questionable for today. In fact, I think Muncy's going to make I think he's possible to make this lineup tonight. I've got the Dodgers here on the run line. Remember Arenado, and don't see him on. He stayed. He's still with the Cardinals. He's out of the lineup though tonight. He's out. He's on the injured list. Okay, here we go. Maybe Andrew says Dodgers will take care of it tonight. Just parlay the Southern California teams tonight. How about that? Cash Kane says under. And let's see here. Abel cashed a little. Did he cash with us yesterday, Abel? Good job. Alonzo RBI here for Justin in that Yankees game there. Mets game there. Abel scored that one yesterday. The chat's make the technical problems are making me have problems putting the. I'm glad this show's over. I was better than the quality of the. Usually it's the other way around. It all depends on the winners. Hopefully they come through. Otherwise, the show is a failure. I have the Dodgers on the run line. The show is over. And let's make sure that you're all entered into the contest right now. Look, if you did not comment in the chat, right now is your chance to comment on the chat. And, well, you can win my winnable subscription here with the. Let me run the commercial. The show's over, I think, unless you guys got some other sports. I don't know if I have anything. Here's Abel here, Tigers, Brewers, Phillies, Blue Jays. I'm going to probably try to save some of that tennis. I need some premiums, and man, I got to do better on the hard courts right now before we get to the U.S. Open. But you can comment on the chat right now and be eligible for my sports money premiums. Let's see what else. Did everybody comment here? All right. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's do the job here right now and run the drawing. But first, you can get my best plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is my second tier package of plays every day. This is my high volume selections. I believe high volume is the key to success in sports betting. And that's why books reward high volume players. Check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM and get 20% off all premium pick packages. That'll get you just 50 cents a day. It's really just a chance for you to support me here on the Sports Money Network. I do my morning show here over at Sports Money, and you can get more content from me closer to game time. I'm here at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific every day. So look, I send out my late release 30 minutes to 60 minutes before game time. I send it out against the toughest line, and then we go at it. So check me out over at winnable.com. I just told you all the premium winners we had yesterday with the sports money premiums. Kansas City, Toronto game over yesterday. We had the White Sox and the Angels over. We had the Cardinals and the Padres over yesterday as well on those premiums. So check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Appreciate you listening to that, and thank you for everyone who signed up. Someone's going to get a chance to win Ramon's picks. How about that? Got my own contest. I never knew I would have that. A few more comments from the chat. Make sure everybody got entered in here. We're taking our time today. The show's over. Justin, I think Justin won last week. I got to get you signed up. You should be getting my play. You don't need my plays, but I want you to have them. I want you to know what I'm on. Thank you, Abel, as well. I couldn't even get involved in League's Cup, but hey, how about my Tijuana Cholos winning there yesterday? A little bit of a surprise. That was nice to see them perform north of the border. They sometimes struggle in a bit in this on these formats when they're not playing the Mexican team. So it's really nice to see Tijuana win there yesterday on the road. All right, here we go. I am not doing a great show when it comes to, because only 16 commenters today. Is that right? Let me bring up the right panel here. All right, all risk, no reward. Good promo. No risk, all reward. Win a free subscription. Ramon's Sports Money Premiums at Winnable. This is my high volume package, my second tier package behind my super high roller premiums over at Tony's Picks. So here we go. Patrick, Ricky, Blue, Fernando, Nine Legacy, Rick, Robert Mack, Justin, Cash Cane. Of course it's Cash Cane. Cash King gets 1 month of my picks. I hope he's still around in a month. Let's see. All right. That's it, brother. Don't make me laugh. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. Don't forget, we got Mikey Money here at 9 a.m. East, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Still working on the details of VB MMA picks today. I don't have the showtime confirmed just yet, so it might be Tuesday here this week. So just set your notifications, or I'll let you know when that's coming on. Follow me on X at Ramon Scott Media. I'll send out the alerts when we kind of get it down there. Okay. Thank you. Hey, if it ain't born, it's born. It was nice to see you in the chat there today as well. Really appreciate everybody. That's it for the Morning Steam. Be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. More Morning Steam. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. Ramon Scott. Sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to